In this lecture, we will focus on the term instantaneous reactive power theory or instantaneous reactive power. This term was defined by H. Akagi and his team in 1983-84. He coined this term called instantaneous power. And what we have done in the previous class, that we have decomposed, we have resolved the ABC quantities into alpha beta 0 because we want to define this term. The alpha beta decomposition is used to define the term instantaneous power. So in the previous class, we have learnt that the relationship between B0, V alpha and B beta is through this equation. BA, BB, BC are on the right hand side, and this matrix is called as basically the A alpha beta 0 matrix, this into BA, BB and BC. Similarly, this is written as A alpha beta 0 and a current vector IA, IB and IC. We also have learned that we can also express that BABC in terms of B0 alpha beta by taking inverse of this matrix. And we have established the relationship that the inverse of this matrix is basically the transpose of this matrix. Now from these definitions of the alpha, beta and 0 components, we define the power that is called instantaneous power and instantaneous reactive power. Now we will use this decomposition of ABC into alpha beta 0 to define the term the instantaneous power PT and the instantaneous reactive power QT. So as per the Akagi's resolution, okay, I'll put here the definitions from H. Akagi, and his work is published in IEEE Transaction around in 1983 and 84. There are two papers talking about this term. Since then, this term is very much used in the active power compensation. Okay, so based on these components, alpha, beta and 0 components, we define the term instantaneous power as B alpha into I alpha, we already proved that, plus B beta into I beta plus B0 into I0. And this is called as inner product of voltage and current column vectors. So this is the inner product of voltage and current column vectors, which is also equal to BA IA plus BB IB plus BC IC. And if you write in terms of the inner product of ABC quantities, it will be BA, BB, BC transpose IA, IB and IC. And we have proved that these two terms are equal, hence ensuring that power remains constant in alpha, beta and ABC frame of reference. Now important term is instantaneous reactive power. So we are paying more attention for this. Instantaneous reactive power. that is Qt. Like we define the active power as the inner product of voltage and current column vectors, the instantaneous reactive power is defined as the cross product of, the term cross product of voltage and column vectors. You know how we solve the cross product of two vectors, It's like I, j, k when you have solving the any quantity which is function of the space in I, jth and k directions which are mutually perpendicular coordinates. Similarly, alpha, beta, 0 are treated as mutually perpendicular coordinates. So this cross product can be written as alpha unit vector, beta unit vector and 0 unit vector. This is 0 unit vector. It is similar to I, j, k when you solve the cross product of two vectors. And then there is a V alpha, V beta and V0 and the components of current, that is I alpha, I beta and I0. Now if you find out this cross product by solving this matrix, then we will get these things. That is, first will be this into this, so this is B beta I0 minus B0 I beta along the alpha direction. The next will be V alpha I0, this into this, minus I alpha V0 or V0 I alpha along the beta direction, and then V alpha I beta minus B beta I alpha along the 0 direction. And we call these terms here Q alpha and Q beta and Q0. So if we consider the balanced three-phase voltages, then you will see that the first and the second terms are equal to 0. If we consider the balanced voltages or insignificant value of B0 and I0 components, then these terms, this term and this term will be equal to 0. And hence the remaining term is only Q0 along the 0 unit vector. And if we take mod of this vector, we will get the instantaneous power Qt mod of this term, that is this one, equals to mod of the whole thing, and therefore the value is V alpha into I beta minus B beta into I alpha. And this term is defined as instantaneous reactive power. If you want to understand this term, we can also say that this term is basically cross product of alpha and beta components. If we don't want to solve it from very generalized definition of cross product of two vectors, we can also say that this is the product of V alpha and I beta components, or V alpha beta and I alpha beta components through their mutually perpendicular coordinates. So we can write the instantaneous reactive power as the cross product of V alpha and I beta plus the cross product of V beta and I alpha. Now why this cross product? Because they are mutually perpendicular coordinates, and or you can say phase quadrature component, hence they will not form the active power, they can only form the reactive power. This is the idea behind the cross product of values of alpha and beta components along the mutually perpendicular coordinates. Now, as you know, alpha cross beta, cross product of two vectors along alpha and beta which are at 90 degree, the angle of sine comes, that is b alpha into I beta into sine theta. So sine theta is sine 90 degree. So therefore it becomes simply b alpha I beta n cap. Now n cap is the basically axis normal to alpha beta plane. It's shown here. If this is the alpha, this is the beta, then this n is mutually perpendicular to both the axis, or it is perpendicular to the plane of alpha and beta. Similarly, beta into alpha is having a different opposite orientation. If we apply right hand screw rule, so alpha into beta is suppose n cap, then beta into alpha will be minus n cap. So this term becomes b alpha I beta minus b beta into I alpha n cap, and if you take mod of this, it becomes the same term as qt. Okay. So now we have come to know that the expression for instantaneous reactive power defined by Akagi is nothing but b alpha into I beta minus b beta into I alpha. But we want to experience this term in the ABC frame. Okay, we want to experience this term into ABC quantities, because alpha beta zero quantity will not give us the direct understanding how it is related to ABC parameters unless we transform back again to ABC frame of reference. Okay, so now we will again simplify this in terms of the ABC parameters. So from this to we are moving it here. So now what we have learned is basically that we have defined the instantaneous power as the inner product of voltage and current column vectors, and then we have defined its active and reactive components and P rest components. We are trying to correlate this P reactive with the definition of or with the term called instantaneous reactive power defined by H. Akagi and his research team, which is very quite popular in designing the active power filters. And this whole effort is to correlate these two concepts, this and this. What is the relationship between the P reactive or reactive power normally we have defined earlier and this instantaneous reactive power. Okay, so this we will simplify these alpha beta component in terms of the ABC component. So it is very straightforward. We will simply replace the alpha and beta in this equation by substituting its value from the matrix that we have defined here, that is B0, B alpha and B beta, and I0, I alpha and I beta. Okay, so now let us try to substitute these terms. So this is actually nothing but this is B alpha, this is I beta minus this is B beta and this is I alpha. This is from transformation. So directly substitute the value of these components here. Okay. So directly substitute the values of alpha beta components in form of the ABC quantities. Now what do we see? Just multiply these terms and arrange in a certain order. The order of arrangement will be either the coefficient of IA, IB, IC, or it could be the coefficient of BA, BB, BC. Okay, so let us try to see that what is the effect of this arrangement or simplification. So you can see from this equation that if we arrange the terms as coefficient of IA, IB, IC, they are like this. This is IA, this is IB, this is IC. This is IA, this is IB, and this is IC. In this term, if you see the coefficient of IA, there is only one place where IA has appeared, which is this term. So this has to be multiplied by this term. Okay, and these coefficients are common, root 2 by 3 and root 2 by 3 and root 3 by 2. These are common in both the terms. Hence we take them common here. This is 1, this is second factor, this is third factor. And within the bracket we have the coefficient of IA. The coefficient of IA is nothing but BB minus BC here into minus 1, because there is a minus term here. So this minus is here and this is BB minus BC. The next term is IB. IB term has appeared 2 times. This is 1 and second is this one. So from this term we will get BA minus BB by 2, this one, minus BC by 2. Okay, so we are trying to solve this, and we have seen the coefficient of IB will be the first term from this, that is BA minus BB by 2 minus BC by 2. This is here, BA minus BB by 2 minus BC by 2, and the second term will come from this term minus IB by 2. So this is minus here, this is minus here. So minus become plus and by 2. So this becomes plus BB by 2 here and minus BC by 2, because minus plus again minus, this is minus BC by 2 here. And as we can see that BB by 2 will cancel, these two terms will cancel, leaving the term minus BC minus BA. So what is the term we are finally getting is minus BC minus BA from this term. Similarly, from the third term, as a coefficient of IC, we will get again 2 terms. The one term is from this and the second term is from this. The first term contributes minus BA plus BB by 2 plus BC by 2. As you can see, minus BA plus BB by 2 plus BC by 2, and the next term is from this term IC by 2. So negative of this, so negative becomes positive. It becomes actually BB by 2 and minus BC by 2. And minus BC by 2 and minus BC by 2 will get away. We will get minus BA minus BB. This is the simplification of this term. As a coefficient of IC, this is coefficient of IB. Okay. Now, if we write in terms of the final expression, then it is seen as this. QT therefore becomes minus 1 by root 3. This factor is minus 1 by root 3 because minus is common. So this is 1 by root 3, and this minus is common, this minus and this minus and this minus. So finally we will get minus here 1 by root 3, and this becomes BB minus BC. So this is BB minus BC into IA plus BC minus BA into IB and plus BA minus BB into IC. BB minus BC can be written as BVC, and BC minus BA is BCA, and BA minus BB is BAB. So final expression is minus 1 by root 3 BVC into IA plus BCA into IB plus BAB into IC. But you may say that we can also arrange in form of the coefficient of voltage. If you simplify that way, you will get this kind of expression: 1 by root 3, minus sign will not come here, and IA IB minus IC into BA. The next term is IC minus IA into BB and plus IA minus IB into BC. This is also possible. But here you cannot write IB minus IC is same as IVC. But here you can write that BBC is line to line voltage. Okay. So simplification of this is easier than this expression. So we will use this expression to simplify further, at least for three-phase balance voltages. Okay. So we will see how this expression is further simplified for three-phase balance voltage supply. Okay. All right. So let us summarize what we have done. That we have defined the instantaneous power as the inner product of voltage and current vector, and it comes out to be B alpha I alpha plus B beta I beta plus B0 I0, or it is also equal to BA into IA plus BB into IB plus BC into IC. And as per the definition of instantaneous reactive power, the QT term is defined as minus 1 by root 3 BBC into IA plus BCA into IB plus BAB into IC. We are most interested in this term because we wanted to know what is the final expression for QT and whether this equation or this reactive power has any relationship with the standard either P, you can say reactive, or the term we have defined as Q. Okay. So for that we will see just now what is the outcome of this simplification. So as I said, let us consider a three-phase balance system. On the right hand side we have three-phase balance system A, B and C, and for this system we have simplified earlier that the three-phase instantaneous power is nothing but 3BI cos phi. Alright, 3BI cos phi. And if you remember, the reactive power, which is also equal to P 3 phase. Q 3 phase equals to minus 3 BI sin phi as the sum of the peak values of P reactive components. This we have already defined. But we will observe this term particularly by putting or by substituting the values of BBC, BCA and BAB. Now for a three-phase balance system we can make out these values. For example, a three-phase system is represented by BA, BB, BC having the same magnitude root 2b and a phase displacement of 0 here, minus 120 plus 120. In phasor form, we can write BA is equal to B angle 0, BB equals B angle minus 120 degree, and BC is B angle 120 degree. So what is BBC? BBC or BAB or BCA is line-to-line voltage, and it can be found by taking the difference of BA minus BB or BB minus BC or BC minus BA. For example, let us find out BBC. Okay, so BBC is nothing but BB minus BC. Now since here we have only one frequency, the fundamental frequency, so we can find out the phasor component, or in form of phasor we can simplify and again convert into the time domain. Okay, so we will solve this directly from phasors. So I will find out BBC first, then I will transform into time domain. So what is BBC? Is phasor B, B minus BC. Okay, if you see this is actually BA, as you can see, and this is BB. So BB is this side. Alright, this is BC, and BB minus BC basically means C is minus. So this is C here, you can see, this is minus BC here, and this is BB here. So BB minus BC basically means this is the BBC. This forms BBC. It will be the root 3 times of the voltage and phase angle of minus 90 degree from A. Okay. So using the phasor analysis, we can say that BBC is actually root 3b angle of minus 90 degree. Now since it is a balanced three-phase system, VCA will be root 3b angle of minus 90 minus 120. So you have to add here minus 120. But I am writing here BB. That actually means that BBC in terms of BA will be lagging by 90 degree. Similarly, BCA will be lagging VB by 90 degree, and BAB will be lagging by 90 degree BC voltage. Okay, this is BC here. Now using this simplification and putting it back here in terms of the BBC, VCA and BAB, we will get these terms. Okay, what we will get? So BBC is root 3b. So root 3 is common here. Okay, this is root 3b sine omega t minus 90 degree, and this root 3 is already there, so minus by root 3 will go away and b will be common. So b is here, this one, and I is common from this IA, IB, IC. So I is common from IA, IB and IC here. The remaining term is sine omega t minus 90 degree for BBC, and IA is sine omega t minus phi. Because currents are also balanced, lagging the phase voltages by 5 degrees. So this is IA. This is IA. This is IB. This is IC. Okay. Now if we simplify this, then you will see that this is 2 sine A sine B. 2 sine A sine B is nothing but cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. Okay. So these two terms, multiplication of two sine terms, can be simplified using the formula cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. If you simplify, you will get the first term as BI cos phi minus 90 degree, A minus B. You can say this is A, this is B. So this becomes phi minus 90 degree. Minus cos A plus B. If you add these two angles, we will get 2 omega t minus 90 degree minus phi. Second term is BCA into IB. Now BCA is nothing but this angle minus 120 degree, which becomes minus 210, which is same as 150 degree. B angle of 120 degree, so it becomes B 30 degree, because 120 minus 90 is 30. 120 minus 90 is 30 degree, so this is root 3B 30 degree. Okay, and therefore BBC becomes root 3B angle of minus 90 degree, because they are balanced anyway. Okay, and BCA becomes root 3B angle of minus 120 or plus 240, it becomes 150 degree. These values are used here, this place and this place, and are simplified with the help of this expression, and that gives another two terms from this. Number one, cos phi minus 90 degree. The first term is cos phi minus 90 degree, A minus B minus cos A plus B. That gives the cos 2 omega t plus 30 degree minus phi. And third one is from this term, and this gives cos phi minus 90 degree minus cos 2 omega t plus 150 minus phi. So you see these 6 terms. Obviously cos phi minus 90 is same as cos 90 minus phi, which is same as sin phi. So these 3 terms gives us three bi sin phi, as you can see from this term. This gives us 3 sin phi, and the sum of these 3 terms is equal to 0, because they form the balance phasors or balance cosine terms. How they are balanced? If we denote this term by, you can say, theta, let us say this is 2 omega t minus phi is theta, then this becomes theta minus 90 degree. And the second term becomes theta plus 30 degree, because it is angle is plus 30 degree. Third term becomes theta plus 150 degree. And if you sum them, they form the balance cosine terms, and their sum equal to 0. So what is left out? Minus 3 bi sin phi. So we have proved that the instantaneous power Qt equals to minus 3 bi sin phi, which is same as Boudinot's reactive power, which was defined as the sum of the peak values of the P reactive terms. So this is nothing but the sum of the peak values of P reactive. So from this discussion we learned that for three-phase balance system, the instantaneous power is 3bi cos phi, as you can see from here, and the instantaneous reactive power is minus 3bi sin phi, which is also equal to three-phase reactive power, which is the sum of the peak values of P reactive term, as I have defined here. But the question is that will these definitions remain valid for three-phase unbalanced system as well as for three-phase system which contains the harmonics? What about the relationship between the Q, this Q and this small q if the system is unbalanced? In the unbalanced, there are two possibilities. One, the voltage is balanced, the current is unbalanced, or vice versa, or both are unbalanced. And in case of harmonics, the voltage and current both may contain unbalance and harmonics, which is most generalized case. So the question is very simple. What about the definition of, what about the relationship of this QT and this capital Q for three-phase unbalanced system and three-phase system containing the harmonics? So this discussion we will continue in the next class. See you again.